Hello everyone, I am back again with another video review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy Generation Selects Deluxe Class Deep Cover. For those who are wondering what Generation Selects is, it's basically more or less an exclusive line that ties into Generations as a whole, bringing in obscure characters such as Deep Cover, for example, and some others such as Bug Bite, Exhaust, Grease Pit, Tiger Track, and so on. And all Generation Selects figures come in a brown box, as you see here. No window opening that shows the figure inside. It's just a plain brown box all around. War for Cybertron Trilogy Transformers text up here. A an Autobot symbol spray painted with Cybertronian markings. And here just says Deluxe Class, Deep Cover's name, and Deep Cover is number 23 in the Generation Selects exclusive line. When you open up the box, now the only way you can open up the box is through here by cutting off the tape here. Then it just slides out and the figure will be inside. Now, Deep Cover is an interesting case where he comes in cardboard, similar to the recent War for Cybertron Kingdom figures. Inside just shows his instructions, and that pretty much covers the packaging. Taking a look at Deep Cover, for those who aren't aware, Deep Cover is a blue and black, mostly black with blue, redeco of Sideswipe, and it's specifically Sideswipe and not Red Alert. For those of you who aren't aware of the original Deep Cover in terms of both figure and the character was essentially, as I said, a blue and black redeco of G1 Sideswipe, who was released exclusively in Japan as as part of the E-Hobby range of toys. So, bit of history and backstory on the character to know where he originally came from, and how Hasbro was bringing in some other obscure Japanese characters sort of into the main line, though they're still relegated to exclusives because they're not well known. Though I could say the same for ones that have been released in the main line that aren't well known. So taking a look at Deep Cover in his alt mode. As you can see, nice black going on for pretty much all of him, with what is blue, which is shown in robot mode, along with some white and red. The back tail lights are painted in red, and obviously because of how he transforms, you have the obvious robot mode junk sticking out from the back with the white joints for what would be his robot mode legs. We have these symbols. They look like sort of police symbols. Nice Autobot logo on here. This front section would become his chest. and due to how he's designed, you see the obvious blue hinges sticking out inside here. Now, obviously, as you see with weapons, you can put them onto the sides. You can put one up here and leave one off to the side. You can combine them, which I will touch upon more when we get to robot mode. You can have something like this using this little post right here, or the actual 5mm peg right there. It is tight, but it still works as it should, and he does roll as he should, like most of the car Autobots. Now, obviously, as I probably touched on in some of my previous reviews, you can leave the weapons on for transformation. And believe it or not, this is, as I stated in my unboxing live stream of him, that this is my first Generation Selects figure and first use of the Siege Sideswipe mold. So, that's something, as I never got Siege Sideswipe or Siege Red Alert, and they're being retooled and released in Kingdom to give them their Earth modes. So the Generation Selects version of the Siege Sideswipe Red Alert don't have their alt modes based on what they look like on Earth. So yeah, and for comparison, bringing in Siege Hound, because deep cover, while he was a Toy Line exclusive character, his body mold in general is basically from Sideswipe and Red Alert, who were 1984/1985 characters. So it seems fitting that I would bring in someone who is from the 1984 Autobot cast, who is released in Siege. Obviously, Hound has more thickness to him. He feels like a substantial deluxe, while the Sideswipe mold here for deep cover, it's pretty much the same. It's pretty much what you expect. He feels kind of small, not like mini bot small, but small enough. Setting Hound off to the side, bringing in Earthrise/Kingdom Optimus Prime. Pretty much what you expect, and before you ask, the Sideswipe Red Alert mold can semi-fit into Earthrise Optimus Prime's trailer, though it requires the weapons to be removed, and for him to go into a certain position, as in order for him to fit in Prime's trailer, though barely, is to put him this way. Because if you put him the other way, that leaves this up and you won't be able to close this. So this is something you can do, although because of how small the trailer is, it can't really close in all the way. That's why I said he can barely fit, and that's why you need to remove the weapons so he can kind of fit. So setting is off to the side, and like I showed in his review, you can put any Deluxe or Voyager sized Autobot onto Siege or Kingdom Ultra Magnus. Now, I did try to put deep cover on the inside of the trailer for Ultra Magnus' alt mode, but due to his robot mode head sticking out in here like a sore thumb, it doesn't work. So It can't do that, unfortunately. And just because I had him lying out, here he is with Earthrise Double Dealer. So you have that. Now, because I don't have Siege Sideswiper Red Alert, as I said before, you can see the transformation here. Like I said, remove the weapons, but I'll keep them on for this part of the review. Come under here, fold out what will be his shins for rollout mode. Come under here, fold out his arms, like so. Oh crap. So there you have that. Take this section, fold that out like so. Come up here. This will become his robot mode legs. Then fold out feet, fold in the shins, and just rotate at the waist. Take the arms, untab them from what were essentially the doors, fold in the doors like so, come up here, bring the section down like so, and that will tab into place, split the legs, bring the arms down, fold out the hands, like so. Now, rotating the head for transformation is optional, but I've opted not to do that. And of course, you can put on his shoulder cannon. Now this is a thing with me where I put the shoulder cannon on his left shoulder. Granted, it's both toy and cartoon accurate to sideswipe, specifically as Red Alert keeps his shoulder cannon on his right shoulder. However, Sideswipe's shoulder cannon is interchangeable, as in the cartoon. It was often on his left shoulder, and sometimes it was on his right shoulder, so I will do that with deep cover, and that is mainly due to the obvious peg sticking out, as the peg will limit the rotation for the head, which I will touch upon soon. So more or less, here is deep cover in his robot mode, and as to be expected, he is just a blue and black, a blue, black, white with a blue, black, white, and red redeco of Siege Sideswipe. As a repaint and, well, redeco of a pretty decent mold, he gets the job done. Let's take a quick look at the details. He has the same Sideswipe head, just cast in blue plastic with a nice metallic silver going on for the top of the crest here. If you can tell, he has blue eyes, nice silver for face, around the eyes, nose, and chin and cheekbones. Nice black for the shoulders, nice white for the forearms, nice blue for the hands. Obviously, still has the same vehicle mode details. He has nice white going on for the midsection above the torso, not the torso, the crotch. Nice blue for the crotch with a metallic silver triangle painted right here. Nice white for the upper legs and thighs. Nice red going on for I guess his shins or his kneecaps, with blue and silver highlighting around the rest of the legs. Nice silver for the feet. And due to the transformation, his back is pretty much clean, with pretty much no kibble whatsoever. His weapons are painted very nicely. Now, unlike the original Siege Sideswipe Red Alert release, Deep Cover, along with Tiger Track, come with Red Alert's rifle and Sideswipe's shoulder cannon. Unlike their original releases, where Sideswipe just came with the shoulder cannon and Red Alert just came with the rifle. The Kingdom versions of Sideswipe and Red Alert, which are their Earth modes, rectify this issue by giving both Sideswipe and Red Alert their rifle and shoulder cannon. So while Siege, Sideswiping Red Alert, skipped out on the accessories, the Gen Selects redecos of Tiger Track and Deep Cover, and the aforementioned Kingdom retooled versions of those characters have pretty much everything. So, obviously they are blast effect compatible, which I will show off later. Articulation is pretty much the same from the mold, which I never had prior to me getting deep cover. Ball joint at the head, do the full 360, can look up about this far, can't really look down. Shoulders, do the full 360, can go in and out. Swivel joint at the bicep, 90-degree bend at the elbow, nothing at the wrist sadly, but due to the transformation as you saw. Full waist rotation, legs kick forward this far, back to about that far outward. You can do the full splits, thigh rotation on the swivel joint, 90-degree bend at the knee, and the traditional, mostly, ankle rocker joint to allow for some decent poses and movements. Now, a bit of a QC on my copy, which I showed off when I was unboxing him in a previous live stream. His right leg, whenever I move it, causes his crotch plate to become loose and fall off. So that's something to watch out for if you have this mold and either version of this mold, any version of this mold. If that happens, make sure to watch out. Get something to keep it together. So, yeah. Moving on to some size comparisons. Here he is with Optimus, Starscream, and because I brought him out, Hound. Obviously they are around the same height. Bringing in the only mini bot I have, here is Warpath. And Warpath is one of the bigger mini bots, almost the size of them. Obviously shorter than Hound and Sideswipe, though almost the same size up to their heads. Here he is with Magnus, just because. Here he is with RC. And just because I showed him off, here he is with Double Dealer. So you all can see how that works out. And as per tradition with these figures, they are blast effect compatible. He has an effect point up here on his chest on the right side, so he can get shot right there. He has an effect point on here, so he can get shot over here. He has two. Now, to touch upon the 5mm posts and pegs, he has one on the side of his legs, as seen in vehicle mode, two on the arms, one in the hand. The shoulder mounted peg for this, so you can put it on either shoulder, but it's a thing with me where I keep the shoulder cannon on the left shoulder rather than the right, as I'm going to show you that this peg, the 5mm peg, it limits the head articulation. So if you want to have him fully articulated at the head, make sure to keep the shoulder cannon on the left shoulder. His gun is obviously blast effect compatible, so you can have that going on. his missile, the missile and shoulder cannon, the main part of the shoulder cannon, are detachable. So you can have this going on. You can have this for whatever as a little handheld pistol, and use this still as the shoulder cannon. Obviously, they are blast effect compatible. And if you have the Siege Smashdown figure that comes with this orange blast effect, you can have this sort of look going on. Though, probably in order to do that is to not have it on the shoulder, but instead have him hold his shoulder cannon as a regular weapon, so it actually works. You can have him hold it in his hand, or mount it onto his arm. Though it's best if you leave it on the hand, because the blast effect is sort of loose. Although if you fold in his hand, you can put the shoulder cannon on his arm like so. So you can have a sort of arm cannon effect going on. So you can have something like this. So yeah, that works, as you can see. Or if you want, you can have something like this going on. Like I said, it depends. Like I said, your toy, you do what you want with it, especially if you have literally any of these effect points. So there you have that. And like the Siege / Kingdom Red Alert, that comes with a light bar, and seeing as how the rifle works, the rifle can be held in his hand as a sort of stick. If you have something that fits into the 5mm post right here, you can use this as a melee weapon. So I'm going to use the missile as a demonstration for that, so you can see that works. You can you have that sort of pickaxe sort of look going on. Like I said, you can do what you want with it. You can have it as a rifle, you can have it as a stick or something. And as I've shown in alt mode, you can combine the weapons, so you can have this long ass rifle. You can have this big ass gun for whatever reason. So yeah, and that pretty much covers it. And due to the port on the back, which you probably saw and I probably must have forgotten to mention, you can obviously store the weapons back here or on his legs like so. So that pretty much wraps it up, folks. Final thoughts: if you don't have any version of the Siege Sideswipe mold, then Deep Cover is one to get, especially if you like obscure references and characters. There's Deep Cover, there's the Diaclone version of Sideswipe, which is now called Tiger Track, also released in Generation Selects. If Generation Selects isn't your thing, then I don't know what to tell you. If you're looking to get every version of the Sideswipe mold, then Deep Cover is one to get. Or if you just want another Autobot, then yeah. Final thoughts: as I said before, he's a good figure. despite the lack of a wrist joint, though that doesn't stop the figure from being good. He's pretty nice, he's pretty decent, especially for, as I said before, an obscure character. Now, obviously, Generation Selects isn't available at retail. You would have to get it through online retailers or conventions or hobby shops and the like. I got mine from a convention, as I said before in a live stream. So, yeah guys, that pretty much covers it. There's my review for the Transformers or Cybertron Trilogy Generation Selects Deluxe Class Autobot Deep Cover. I hope you enjoyed this review. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you all soon.